Have you seen this popular prank video where a lady just walking, minding her own business on the walkway beside the road, sees a man with a toy gun, then suddenly he shoots the water toy gun at her. After shooting her, she looks surprised, like, I don't know this guy. This is a total stranger. Why is he shooting water at me? Then suddenly he tosses another gun, an extra gun to her. So she catches it, she thinks it's a game, she tries to shoot him back, then suddenly water splashes back at her. Apparently, the muzzle of the gun was pointed at her. So when she presses the trigger, it shoots her back, and it shoots her back. And suddenly, the guy, um, knowing it is game on, he continues to shoot water at her. Now, we'll be using this analogy to go into the topic today, which is humanism versus Pan-Africanism, the conundrum of the modern Black African. So, let's go into it. From the analogy, we're going to start with the lady minding her business. We are going to take from the story and what the lady represents in this analogy or from the popular video is Africa, right? Africans were minding their own business. Africans were living their life. However you want to define it, whether from the Western perspective as barbaric, from their own perspective, or to us Africans as civilized, however you choose to define the way of life Africans were living. There was some sort of structure, and we were living our own life, minding our own business. Then suddenly the Europeans came, and from slave trade, they moved on to colonization. Now, we never knew ourselves as a coherent group of people, Africans. We never had such identity. We never knew ourselves as blacks until the white people started to preach color, until the Europeans started to preach color and started to oppress people just because of the way they look. And we are taking that analogy back to the story where a lady just minding her business, Africa just minding our business and walking, we are stopped suddenly and told, you are black. And now because you are black, I am wearing a yellow shirt, so I'm yellow. Let's play the game. So suddenly you are unprepared, you don't know what's going on, and you have to play this game. And you take up the weapon. Before you even take up the weapon, the Europeans shoot you with their toy gun, the water, and you are confused. I've not done anything to attack you before. I've literally not done anything to offend you, but you come into my way of my existence and my culture and all of that, and you're interrupting it. So, surprised, disrupted, confused, and just at the spur of the moment, takes up the weapon the European has given, which is a metaphor for the style of society we kind of run now, which is better understood and better created by the Europeans. And was created by the Europeans. And so now they've given us their gun, we've taken the gun, right? We are living in the society. And before I really go deep into all of this, I want to emphasize that I am not trying to paint anybody totally bad or totally good. I'm not trying to say Europeans are absolutely bad and evil and ungodly and all of that. I'm not trying to say that, and I'm not trying to say Africans are all totally good. I'm just trying to pass my philosophy and what I've been really thinking about today across. So back to the story. You Africans now have the gun that they don't understand how it works, and uh, we've learned how to shoot the gun from the Europeans, which is the guy that handed us over the gun. We take the gun and try to shoot back at the Europeans, or at the guy in the story, and the water splashes back, and hurts us, and the European or the guy or the opponent in the story takes it as a sign of you're ready for the battle and continues to engage and continues to shoot you. So how does this analogy come back to the title, which is Africanism versus Humanism? Um, Also, I would like to divert a little before I continue. I would like to first start with that I am someone who values Pan-Africanism. I value our roots, and I'm not trying to cast aspersion or water down the works of our ancestors, of Pan-Africanists, Fela Kuti, Kwame Nkrumah, um, Dr. Umar in America, um, the likes. There's so many to be mentioned. Martin Luther King, and so many to be mentioned. Um, Martin Luther King Jr. rather, and so many to be mentioned. But I'm not trying to water it down. So now let's go to the story, to the link between the story and the comparison. Now, Africanism, I mean, I said Africanism, Pan Africanism is an idea that you're first African. We should unite under the umbrella of Africa and the color of our skin, black. But we did not originally think of this or coordinate ourselves against any other group of people, or under just the color of our skin. That's not been any form of coordination for a very long time, but it's becoming what it's becoming. It has become a thing, right? And you'd agree with me that it's a reaction um, to white supremacy. It's a reaction to the hierarchy of white supremacy that exists, and the efforts to try to keep it like that. And as someone who is a young person and who has not experienced slavery, who has not experienced um, colonialism, but sees the effects and sees um, the ripple effect of it around him. As someone who has not experienced it in real time, I think sometimes that I should be an humanist. Sometimes I think I should just be a humanist, someone who is pro the human civilization, regardless of color. So we should just be colorblind, essentially, because that has been our way of life as Africans, even before the whites and before the whites versus black and all those um, labels, you versus usness. That's been the way of life. So whether you're white or black, we can all work together and build something. Whether you are Asian, we can put aside color, And taking it back to our story, I think a good analogy in our story would be, now imagine those people shooting water at each other. If it turns out it was actually acid, and the the guy, the European or the guy, has been shooting acid at the lady, and the lady trying to press the trigger, the muscle has actually been shooting acid at her too. Now she's sadly going to die, and our child is looking at everything and is like,